Hi guys, DevilHunterXYZ, and I'm back with more Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, so I just made it all the way from, well, I traveled mostly from Gungaga, having to deal with the Turks, and kind of also learning more about Zack through his parents. But besides that, we ended up traveling all the way out here to Cosmo Canyon, about Red XIII's hometown, little home sanctuary, I guess. So at this point, I'm just trying to explore for the most part. Now, where did I put it? I know it's around here somewhere. Put what? I wonder if he did leave something in here, and it's just a secret. Who knows? Let's do some more exploring. Sir, you forgot your change. Yes, one moment. Are you here to shop? Oh, I see. You're here to shop. Wait, you're here to shop? Pardon my drowsiness, I hardly ever get any customers. Not that my material's lacking in any way. Is it? Transformation, befuddlement again. It does have MP and HP up though. Too bad I'm low on gil for that, unfortunately. I don't think I have anything to really sell though. True, I still haven't really have much in terms of. I don't even think I had any ethers. Oh no, I do have a little bit of ethers. Actually, I really should probably go out of my way to reorganize all this stuff. Okay. Actually, I think for one thing I'm going to do is equip the fire ring to Cloud, because that's going to come in handy later. Trust me. Oh, I'm so busy. I wish I had extra hands. See this gate? Fellow Bugenhagen sealed it shut. Won't budge an inch. What he sealed in it with? Beats me. Some kind of super glue? Pretty nice view of the area. Well, I tell you this, at least the I tell you this, the layout of Cosmo Canyon in Rebirth was so much bigger and different. Cloud, this is Grandpa Bugen. He's incredible, knows practically everything. Ho ho ho. Thank you for looking after Nanaki, even if only a bit. He's still but a boy, you see. Cut it out, Gramps. I'm not a child anymore. I'm 48. Nanaki here has a long life ahead of him. So those 48 years translate to about 15 or 16 in human terms. So he's just a teenager? But a silent and thoughtful one. I suppose he had you thinking he was a full-fledged adult? Gramps, I'm tired of being a kid. I want to grow up so I can protect you and everyone else in the Vale. That's why I... My dear Nanaki, nothing good will come of trying to be something you aren't. To strive for that beyond one's reach is a sure recipe for ruin. You've seen the city of Mako, have you not? A monument built to snatch the very stars from the sky. Far from a good role model, I should think. Look only to the heavens, and you will forget your place on Earth. When the time comes for our planet to die, one fact will finally be clear. We know absolutely nothing. Die? Our planet? It may be tomorrow, it may be a century from now, but I should doubt any longer. How could you possibly know that? Because I can hear the cries of the planets. Most likely those cries. That noise. The sounds of the stars in the heavens. Even as we speak, new planets are born while old ones die. What's that? Those are sounds from our own planet. Screams. Surely you hear it. Her pain, her suffering. Cloud and his friends are on a journey, Gramps. They're trying to save the planet. How about it? Could you show him your special device? Oh, save the planet, eh? Oh, such a feat is not possible. What could humans hope to do? But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to give him a demonstration. Fellow Bugenhagen. More strange visitors have just arrived. It seems the whole place has gotten busy all of a sudden. Those must be the rest of Cloud's friends. I'll go join them. Oh, and Cloud, make sure to grab some of the others. Just 2 though. Gramps' device can only fit 4. There's no need to hurry. My device isn't going anywhere. You should go invite 2 of your companions. Just 2, huh? Well, granted, I know in Rebirth they kind of just made that decision for me by having Tifa and Aerith. Which, you know what? Maybe I'll do that. Hey, the girls are here. Why not? Headed somewhere? Why not? In here, the door's unlocked. All accounted for? Very well, let us begin. I'll stand over there. Wow, it's just like the real thing, right, Cloud? Oh, I suppose it is rather something. Welcome to my laboratory, my pride and joy. What you see here is a 3D hologram of the cosmos. All its patterns and movements have been programmed into my computer model. A shooting star? I gotta say, it's pretty impressive. It's all so beautiful. Indeed it is. You could stand here all day taking in it, but we have pressing matters to discuss. Like all living things, every human must someday die. But what happens next? The body withers and returns to the planet. This much, at least, is widely understood. But what of the mind, the spirit, the soul? Much like its former vessel, it too returns whence it came. This is true not only for man, the same can be said of all life on our planet. No, in the universe. All souls return to their planet. There they merge and intertwine as a river, circling the star they call home. It is a cycle of continuous convergence and divergence. The ceaseless ebb and flow that is the life stream. And apt named, though it is as much a reservoir as it is a stream, being the sum of the planet's spiritual energy. And it is the spiritual energy that is key to everything. Every new life, every child born, receives the blessing of this energy as it comes into the world. And then in time, death comes and returns that spiritual energy to the planet. There are of course exceptions, but the cycle is, for the most part, how our world works. I have said much and quickly. Perhaps a demonstration will help you understand it all better. Well, it looks like it's a... I'm guessing that is the planet, not Earth. Please, it's not Earth. This is Gaia. Let's just assume this is taking place in a completely different galaxy or universe. This is not Earth. Spiritual energy is the fountain from which all life springs, trees, birds, and humans. But it does more than simply sustain living organisms. It is the very essence of the star, the blood coursing through its planetary veins. What if the essence were to ever be depleted? What would happen then? I was trying to read this as fast as I could. Cutscenes go pretty quickly. It would mean the end of humans, of life, of the planet. These are the basic principles of planetology. So, if all the spiritual energy were to be stolen away, the planet would die? Spiritual energy can play its role only as so long as it remains in nature's flow. When it is siphoned from the planet and processed for industry, that energy can no longer fulfill its true purpose. You're talking about Mako, aren't you? Minute by minute, Mako reactors suck spiritual energy from the Earth and deplete the planet's reserve. This energy is then condensed to it in an outrageous degree before being piped out to consumers. The so-called Mako people use and discard every day is in fact the planet's very lifeblood. In other words, the only promise Mako has to offer is our planet's doom. Pretty dark reality. That the Mako that everyone uses and takes for granted is actually part of the planet, part of the spiritual life force of the planet itself. The planet, those who once lived alongside her. There is much still to learn. If you'd like to know more, then seek out the elders here in the Vale. Seek out the elders? What? Seek out the elders? Well, I did see a few elders, but my question is, was that part of the game? Was that part of the original release? I don't remember having to seek out elders. I just remember after this point heading back to the campfire near the entrance. I don't remember having to do this. What the? This is new. Welcome back, sweetie. Shall we skip straight to dinner, or would you like an appetizer first? Should I ask what appetizer we're talking about? Oh, sweetie, don't pretend you don't. Oh, wait, who are you? You can't just barge into people's private space. Sorry. I'm not even gonna ask what she was going to refer to. Although, I think I have a strong feeling what she meant by appetizer. Elder Hargo. Ah, here it is. I'm hard at work on a book, you see. It's a collection of all the legends and planetological wisdoms passed down in the Vale. This way, even after I've returned to the planet, I'll still be able to teach tomorrow's children. Ah, more visitors. Very well. Very well. I know why you're here. You came seeking the answer to a question. Am I correct? It's about the Promised Land, maybe? The Promised Land. So that's what you'd like to know about, is it? Well, to be quite frank, it doesn't exist. That, at least, is what I believe. Perhaps I should clarify, there is indeed such a thing as the Promised Land. But it isn't a place that exists for us, only for the ancients. Put bluntly, the Promised Land was whichever place a given ancient passed away. The life of an ancient was one of cruel and continuous journeying. They traveled incessantly, cultivating spiritual energy by multiplying the planet's many life forms, the grass, the trees, the animals. For the duration of their lives, that arduous journey never ceased. And then it was finally over. They would return to the planet. That place, the place of their death, was what we call the Promised Land. What's that? The planet's loving grace and providence? I suppose that moment when the ancients returned to the planet, the moment they were freed from their harsh fate, was for them an act of grace and providence. Those, at least, are my thoughts on the matter. But at this juncture, I cannot claim they are certain. Okay, that was pretty enlightening. So this is kind of strange having to do this. I kind of do forget I am playing the mod, the Shinra Archaeology mod, so having to deal with cut content. Maybe this was one of the cut contents, I guess. Elder Boog? Hello there. Can I help you? Know anything about the ancients? The ancients, huh? Professor Gas could have helped with that. He used to visit from time to time. He was a Shinra scholar, spent years and years pursuing the mysteries of the ancients, and an upstanding man he was. Not the sort you usually find at Shinra. It must have been about 30 years ago when he finally discovered an ancient's corpse. He was elated, of course. If I recall, he named it Genova, and set about conducting all sorts of research. Then one day he showed up here looking completely drained. I heard him muttering to himself something about Genova not being an ancient. He seemed to think he'd done something unforgivable. That was the last anyone saw of him. I heard he never even went back to Shinra, just disappeared. But if by some miracle you ever run into him, maybe you can deliver a message for me. Tell him the old sot at Cosmo Canyon has a few questions about the ancients. Because as much as I'd love to talk you ear off, all I know about the ancients comes from folk tales and legends. No one around here knows the truth anymore. By the by, your fellow travelers are outside by the Cosmo Candle. Planning to leave already? I mean, that's good to know, I guess. I mean, it was only just two elders I really had to talk to. But I mean, I was remembering, like, I never had to do this last time. I didn't, well, in the original release, I never had to talk to a few elders. Maybe they just cut it out because it just seemed a little unnecessary. Let's all gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. No, okay. Never mind. I'm not doing a SpongeBob reference here. Who to talk to first? Tifa? Hey, Cloud. Bonfires are kind of funny, huh? They make you remember all sorts of things. Cloud, 5 years ago... No. Never mind. I'm afraid to ask. What is it? It feels like you're about to go somewhere far away. You really are you, right? Not exactly sure how I'm supposed to answer that one. Barrett? Cosmo Canyon, the birthplace of Avalanche. Me and the crew had a promise, you know. We promised that someday, when we save the planet from Shinra, we all go to Cosmo Canyon and celebrate. Biggs, Wedge, Jesse. They're all gone now. They gave their lives protecting this planet. Hell, is that even true? What we did? Was it really for the sake of the planet? Maybe I just did it because I hated Shinra. Things I've done. Do I even deserve to keep going on this journey? Those three, will they ever forgive me? I got no idea. There's one thing I do know. If there's anything I can do to save this planet, to save the people living on it, then I'm gonna do it. Doesn't matter if it's for justice or revenge or something else. Let people think what they want. What matters is I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fight. This ain't the end. It's a new beginning. Avalanche is born again. Yuffie? What a boring place. Like I thought. Come on, let's go somewhere else. Let's hunt materia. Of course you would say that. It's true. It sure has been a while since I did something like this. Jeez. It's bringing back all kinds of memories. I've learned so much here. The elders really taught me a lot. About the Cetra, about the Promised Land. I'm all alone. There's no one else. But we're here with you. Of course, I know, but the Cetra, I'm the only one left. Still, can't we help you? Maybe? No. Doesn't look like it. Red? It feels like ages ago. Look at them, gathered around the fire, just like us. That day, me and Mom and Dad. If only we could do that again. No, I shouldn't talk about that stuff. What's wrong? It's just hard to talk about my parents. Whenever I think about my mom, my chest swells with so much pride, I feel like it will burst. But when it comes to my dad, there's nothing but anger in my heart. So then, you still haven't forgiven him? Why would I? He left Mom to die. When the Gi invaded, he ran away on his own. He abandoned Mom and everyone else in the Vale. Follow me, Nanaki. There's something I wish to show you. Huh? The place we're going is rather dangerous. Cloud, why don't you and one of your companions accompany us? Like who? Well, haven't really had much time with Kate Sith, so I don't know. Let's go with that, I guess. Take out the white megaphone. Talisman, Star Pendant. I guess we'll just go with Star Pendant. I don't know. White Cape. Glasswork Hairpin. What do I have? Lightning, Fire, Poison. Assess. I'll stick to Puppet. I'm trying to think what would be a good one. Time, maybe? I don't know. I'm kind of just gonna go with Chocobo and Moogle. Chocobo and Moogle. Maybe Shiva one more time. I guess that could work. Okay, granted, Cloud still doesn't really have anything here. Actually, I want to save real quick. I've been trying to save more often, considering I don't want to end up having the game crash on me. Well, I don't know, it could still crash. Surprisingly, I've only had this game crash on me once so far, but you never know. I'd rather not have it happen during my recording. Or at least just try to make sure I save more often. All set, are we? Yeah, sure, why not? Well then, shall we proceed? There we are. Now, in you go. Huh? Aren't you gonna lead the way, Gramps? Me? Nonsense. Didn't I tell you it's dangerous in there? You really want an old man like me going first? No, I think I'll tag along behind. Sure. Well, he ends up inside me anyway, too, so... Oof. Into the depths we go, I guess. Well, granted, I know in Rebirth, Bugenhagen kind of set this up as a more of a trial for Nanaki, for him to become an adult and a true watcher of the Vale. So something like that, anyway. Okay, welcome to the Cave of the Gi. A strangely shaped rock. Let's smash it. I don't know if there's really any enemy skill. No, actually there is an enemy skill. Never mind, there is an enemy skill. Puppet. Okay, I guess it's Doom, maybe? Let me see. Yep. Learned Doom. Well, granted, I guess they called it Death Sentence. I mean, that's what it was called anyway in the original game, Death Sentence. You got 60 seconds until you die. Death blow. Hell yeah. Alright, just adding more to my enemy skill. Metro Magic. Oh, great, Doom. Well, he already cast Doom once. Can't double casting won't do anything. $23 at least. I kind of wish I would have bought more potions. Oh, that's a good one. Retaliation. Okay, at least I opened that up. How about Blizzara? How did I miss? That seems unbelievable to me that I missed. Let's try again. Oh, why did I even bother? He was gonna die anyway. And he's dead. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm so sick of getting attacked. Okay, let's I should have bought more potions. Oh, ho, ho. This place teems with the ghosts of the Gi, departed souls whose owners were vested by a certain Watcher. Watcher? Where the hate-filled spirits of the Gi were refused the Lifestream's embrace, and persisted even in death. Come, we still have a long way to go. Ho ho ho. Okay. Well, be careful with the oil slick here, because that's gonna cause death. forgot these guys can also cast a Doom as well, so... Doom once again. $24 at least. Let's walk. Whoa. I don't know how I missed with one of them. Okay. About to die again. 28 for Cloud. 24 for everyone else. Added effect materia. Added effect imbues weapon or armor with linked materia status. I mean, that would probably be helpful for okay. I guess what I could do is put Puppet here. Added effect. Go with ice. Transform. Because I don't think I have any space for Cloud to really use it. I'm still trying to level up the Magnify on something I can't even use anyway for Magnify. Back attack. Pick up the pace. I'm down to 20 seconds. Okay. always keep getting the fights. Oh, missed. I mean, I like losing. I still do like using Death Blow, but it's the problem with Death Blow is a 50-50 chance. I mean, it's either you're gonna get a critical or you're gonna get a miss. Oh, of course I miss. Time for Meteor Rain. Oh, I'm so sick of running into fights. The Black Megaphone, huh? Well, I mean, well, then I would just get rid of the added effect materia. But at least it will increase my... Well, it will lower my attack, but increase my attack percentage, my accuracy. So, I don't know. Okay, let's just go with that, see if that works. Got an ether. Oh, okay. Alright. Trying to get my spells working, but the cursor is so sensitive at times. How am I missing my sword slashes? Transforms leveled up, at least. Marlboro Tentacle. As you may have realized, this cave leads to the back of Cosmo Canyon. The Gi were larger than us, you see, and far more brutal. If they had managed to assault us from the rear, we would have stood no chance. But let us continue on. Okay. I guess take your pick. Where are we going? Again, I don't know how I'm missing some of these hits. I can't even tell where I'm running. Ah, the spider webs. Fight off against the stingers. Of course I miss. Level 25. Got a lot of hit points. I don't know, it was maybe it was like Cloud's accuracy is just taking a hit. Whoa, that was a lot. No, okay. Wow. That was a lot of damage. Wow, holy Jesus, that was a lot of damage. Okay, is there like a... okay. Got the fairy ring, what's this? Prevents poison and blind. I swear, Cloudier's accuracy is just taking a huge hit. Again, it could be because I'm technically still in Fury status. Because I think that is kind of a slight downside to Fury status, is your accuracy does take a hit. Okay, I'm gonna just use Sedate. Get me off of Fury status. Where am I? I'm so lost. Okay, I'm just trying to get across here. Okay. Whoa, okay. That helped. To make up for all those misses I had. Another stinger. But actually, you know what's gonna help is if I use Mini. That way, you won't do much damage. Oh, granted, the stinger bombs still do a lot of damage. Okay. Could've gone better. X potion. Another fight. Snake Eyes. Pretty good. It's always something, isn't it? Smoke bomb. Okay. I was like, I went through it. Let's go mini. Ah. Again? I'm gonna need to use an ether. And speaking of which, I got a turbo ether. How about let's not deal with that? Okay, let's go. The Watcher rushed through this cave all alone. He pounced from one foe to the next, felling all who dare oppose him. Gramps, that Watcher. Just a little further now. This looks eerie. What wickedness is this? Gramps, is this another... Even in death, the souls of the Gi, legs striding air, I sense danger. Boss fight. Fira. Okay. Gain attack. Possession. Well, this is kind of the reason why you should have the fire ring equipped under one of your characters. Gain attack. $5,500 though. I might lose a little bit of Blizzara. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is with these fire possessions, they can constantly keep hitting fire attacks onto the character. Another possession. How about Shiva? Not my MP. Go Shiva. $900 points of damage, not bad. Let's see if Cloud can finish him off with Meteor Rain. Almost. Oh god, that's a lot of damage. Not too hard of a boss fight, but maybe, I think it's mainly because I got Cloud's level 3. I also got Finishing Touch as well, speaking of which. So I got all of Cloud's limit breaks so far. I mean, the only one missing is the level 4, but... Well, for Cloud, I would have to get his level 4 out of the gold saucer, but I'm kind of too low of a level to even try to do that now. I think, anyway. I mean, it'd probably be honestly better if I wait till Disc 2 to even try. Ceremonial Staff. Thank you, Cloud. If not for you and your friends, I fear we would not have survived. And you, Nanaki, how strong you have become. You think so? Now I know that it was no mistake bringing you here. Come, the thing I wish to show you is just ahead. Gravity material. This is... where the Watcher fought off the invading Gi. He kept them from taking even one step inside Cosmo Canyon. But at the cost of never returning home himself. Look well, Nanaki. Behold your father, the Watcher, Seto. That's Seto? Seto stood his ground and continued to fight the Gi. He gave his last to protect the Vale. Even after the Gi's poisoned arrows transformed his body to stone. Even after the enemy had turned tail and fled, Seto remained to stand watch over this place. Even now, he continues to protect us. Even now? He knew how it might look. That he would seem like a coward who fled when he was needed most. All the same, he went alone and gave his life to keep Cosmo Canyon safe. Yes, that is Seto, your father. Seto? Could it really be? But what about my mom? Did she know? Oh, why, of course she did. It was, after all, she and Seto who asked me to seal this cave. They requested I do it alone, and to speak of it to no one. This cave, and the horrors it witnessed, would be best forgotten. That is what I was told. Forgive me, Cloud, but could you leave the two of us alone? Nanaki, I wish for you to continue your journey with Cloud and the others. But, Gramps, listen to me, Nanaki. They say they intend to save the planet. A bold proposition. Frankly, I don't believe it can be done. Even if they were to shut down every reactor on the planet, doing so would only postpone its inevitable death. Defeating this Sephiroth would avail them little, I fear, for all things given form must someday yield to dissolution. Yet, I've been wondering lately, Nanaki, is there truly nothing we, as inhabitants of this planet, as a part of this planet, can do to assuage her suffering? No matter the outcome, isn't it important that we at least try? Perhaps I've been too accepting of fate. But what choice do I have? I'm too old to resist it now. I'll be 130 this year. 130, damn. Which is why, Nanaki, you must go in my stead. You must see this struggle through to the end. Gramps, I wanted you to witness your true father before you left this place for good. I'm so glad you returned while I was still alive to show you. Come on, Gramps, don't talk like that. I don't want to think of you going away. I've lived plenty long enough. Stop it, Gramps. You gotta keep living. I'll follow this journey to the end. I'll see what becomes of the planet, and then I'll come back home and tell you all about it. Nanaki. Yes, I am Nanaki, Watcher of Cosmo Canyon, and the son of Seto, protector of our vale. Just to watch, I'll come home a true watcher worthy of that noble name. So please, Gramps. Those tears, they're Seto's. Seto. Dad.
Well, it's kind of good that Nanaki knew the truth of his father, that he wasn't just a coward that fled from battle, that he chose to sacrifice himself to protect everyone from the attacking Gi.
I think it's time we get a move on. So, this is goodbye then to Red XIII? Guess he made his choice. Gotta miss having him around, though.
Yeah, so will I. So will I. I don't know, let's go with Tifa and Barrett. The classic trio, I guess. Okay. Actually, before I go, I kind of want to spend a little bit of money on my guild to purchase the materia. Yeah, I'll buy MP and HP up. Assuming if I even have... Wow, I still have really low stats right now. So far, plus max MP plus 10%. I mean, if I manage to max it out, master it, I can get up to 50%. But I can also equip another set where I can practically double my health. If I choose to do so, anyway. Better save just in case. Better safe than sorry. Besides, I should probably be wrapping this recording up pretty soon. Can't access this area. Wait up, I'm coming too. Huh? Cloud, please look after Nanaki. What changed your mind? I think I must have grown up a little. I guess so. If you ever require my knowledge, please do not hesitate to return. I guess Red XIII has joined the party again. Okay. Actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it right about here, actually. So, at least I cleared out of Cosmo Canyon. But it looks like I gotta keep going further up north. So, at least I'm making progress. That's all I can really say. Alright guys, this is DevilHunterXYZ, and until next time.